Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What can I say? I love L.A. Hanging in the slums to camping at the bay. I've been all over, drunk, high and sober. Hot in the summer and raining in October. Like to think my days there are not over, even though I can't afford a house and Range Rover. I lived in 1,000 Oaks. I was a class clown and made a lot of jokes. A safe place where I'd sometimes get respect for what I spoke. But watch for the cops, they want us all pop. Even for bad habits you don't have or ever had to drop. The best high schools around, as long as you're not down to cause a lot of trouble and bring the teachers' frowns. I lived in Chatsworth, it's nice but people smash first. Whenever you say something dumb but still not blast worse. Some locals have been living like that since they were past birth, so don't get thrown off a cliff because that hurts. I also lived in West Hills, some skaters with the best skills. Every fast food restaurant where you could just chill. I lived in Calabasas where nobody gets blasted. A single mother, poor mama, all the rich masses. Lived in a condo and it was pretty fun though. Sheriffs would chase me and my friends like we were done, bro. Skateboarding was a crime, we didn't do no time, but they chased us just to keep the rich feeling fine. We lived in Sherman Oaks, not too many hurting folks. Ventura Boulevards where people be flirting jokes, but we were just too close to Van Nuys where I'd hang out with bad guys, gangsters with their mad eyes. Then we moved down to Highland Park, now gentrified, but every night violent by dark. There was East L.A., don't go there if you're not ready to meet hell today. The gangs are everywhere, you hang with every scare, but I was always high and drunk, so just plain didn't care. Then we moved down to Pasadena, but I was not invited cause Boyle Heights made me meaner. Not to family, but had to get street hip-hop beats and no car, just my tired feet. In Boyle Heights, everyone gets beat, but sometimes there's fine Latinas in between your sheets. Eventually to Pasadena, I was invited every great place to eat, so I was so excited. If you move there, don't get quite as high as I did to the left. It was a bunch of drug dealers, and to the right, not many thugs, possibly healers. So damn easy to find dope. I would walk and talk, then come back and not mope. Overall, a really cool town, full of whites, Asians, blacks, and brown. Yeah. Now I left L.A. and am living up in Penn Valley. Smiling faces, not living in an alley. Everyone you meet is named either Ben or Sally, cause it's the whitest county in all of damn Cali. No gangbangers and I drive a golf cart. Wildwood Plaza's where the mall starts. It's not long, but hardly anyone doing wrong, although every other youngster hits the bong, not me. Though I wanna get along, pretend to my neighbors that I can do wrong. It's beautiful and safe, I don't use drugs, I don't even get baked, at least though I don't have to worry about a quake. That's LA shit which I no longer take.
Welcome to this Deep Dive.
Hey there.
Today, we're jumping into some personal writings song lyrics, actually.
Yeah, and they give this really unique view of different places someone lived, the experiences there.
Right, navigating these, vastly different environments. So our mission today...
It's really to unpack what these lyrics tell us about the contrasts, social dynamics, safety.
Or not feeling safe.
Exactly. And just the journey, mostly around L.A., but then a big move away, too.
Okay, let's get into it. The starting point is this really strong feeling about Los Angeles itself.
Yeah, the source just says, what can I say? I love L.A., straight up.
But it's not this, perfect postcard love, is it? It's love alongside challenges.
Totally. Like not affording a house, a Range Rover, those markers of success.
And describing life as everything from hanging in the slums to camping at the bay.
And experiencing it all drunk, high and sober, rain, heat, everything.
Yeah, it paints this picture of a deep, maybe kind of complicated connection to the city, despite the hard stuff.
Definitely. And what's cool is how this broad feeling gets really specific when they talk about different areas.
Yeah, the lyrics kind of take you on a tour, showing just how different parts of L.A. felt to this person.
Let's start with Thousand Oaks. How's that described?
Well, it's called a safe place, good schools, best high schools, actually.
Okay. Somewhere you might get respect for what I spoke.
Yeah, but even there's this little edge, a note to watch for the cops.
So safe, but maybe not totally relaxed.
Kind of seems that way. And you compare that to Chatsworth.
Right. Beautiful hills mentioned, but then it gets serious fast.
You need to be brave and fight skilled.
And the locals, they can tell if you're not quite real.
Wow. And a pretty stark warning, too. Don't get thrown off a cliff, because that hurts.
Yeah, so it's not just the place, it's navigating the people. Sounds tough.
And a few others get quick mentions: West Hills.
Skaters and fast food restaurants. That's about it.
And Calabasas is interesting. Highlights the rich masses.
Yeah, contrasting with single mother poor.
And that story about sheriffs chasing friends for skateboarding.
To keep the rich feeling fine really shows that class divide and how it plays out geographically.
Okay, moving towards the valley. Sherman Oaks.
Described as having not too many hurtin' folks, Ventura Boulevard is about flirtin' jokes.
Sounds lighter, but then...
But then it immediately notes how close it is to Van Nuys.
Right, where the source says they hung out with bad guys, gangsters.
So even in a seemingly okay area, that danger or rougher element is right nearby.
Now, this is where the contrast gets really sharp, I think. The more urban places.
Yeah, Highland Park. Now gentrified, the lyrics say, but still violent by dark.
And the experience described there is intense, only white boy in the barrio doing drugs with homies.
A really specific kind of raw picture of being immersed in that scene.
And East L.A.
Yeah.
Even starker.
Yeah, don't go there if you're not ready to meet hell today.
Yeah.
That's pretty direct.
Whoa. It does mention great food like burritos.
True, but the main vibe is danger. Gangs everywhere.
And the source kind of explains being there by saying they were high in drug, just didn't care.
Which is telling in itself. Then there's Boyle Heights.
Learning to be street, where everyone gets beat.
Set against hip-hop beats and mentioning fine Latinas.
It's this mix of, like, survival and culture, but with real violence.
Definitely. And Pasadena gets a mention, too.
Called a really cool town, diverse whites, Asians, blacks, and brown.
Yeah.
Great food noted again.
Yeah, but also how so damn easy to find dope it was.
Right. Drug dealers on one side, healers on the other.
It shows how one place can hold such, like, opposing things side by side.
So it seems like across a lot of these LA spots, especially the more urban ones,
Yeah.
drugs and just dealing with risky situations is a constant thread.
It really is. It just jumps out how much the environment seems to shape the day-to-day, the behavior.
Which makes the next part, the big change, even more significant.
The move away from L.A. to Penn Valley.
And the description. It's like night and day based on these layers.
Totally. Smiling faces.
Called the whitest county in all of damn Cali.
No gangbangers. Driving a golf cart.
The short mall, hardly anyone doing wrong. Well, except maybe some kids.
Yeah, Pillar mentions youth hits the bong, but overall, the picture is dramatically different.
The contrast in terms of safety, the lack of that constant edge or danger.
It's incredibly stark compared to the LA descriptions. Night and day, like you said.
And the source directly connects this to their own behavior changing.
Right. Stating, I don't use drugs, I don't even get baked there.
And leaving worries like earthquakes behind, calling it LA shit, which I no longer take.
It presents Penn Valley as this place where that whole previous lifestyle just isn't relevant or needed anymore.
So these lyrics, they really walk us through this incredible range of experiences within California.
Yeah, from LA's suburbs, the rich areas, the really intense urban spots.
To this totally different vibe in Penn Valley. Quiet, seemingly safe.
It's a journey that hammers home how much place matters. It's not just scenery. It shapes you.
Absolutely. So connecting this back to you, the listener, these sources give a really vivid firsthand look at how where you are impacts everything.
What really stands out is just how varied California life can be. It's not one thing. Depends where you stand.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. Consider the places you've lived or even just spent significant time.
How have they shaped your own ideas about safety, about community, maybe even about who you are?